Recording.
Hi, Vinita. How are you doing? Hello.
Hello, sir. Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you, sir?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
John Hopkins.
Okay, so what we have discussed in last session, Shaiman. Shaiman, can you hear me? Hello, Shaiman, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. So
How are
we
you?
discussed it. We discussed the link hash set, tree hash set, and hash set.
Okay. So
The different
how list is different from set?
link we use it for
My question is
link
list,
manipulation,
list difference
for
between list
frequent
and set.
manipulations. And then if we wanted to use slow, we use the set hash set, the set.
No, that's not my question. My question is difference between list and set.
The link
List
we use for
difference
frequent
between
manipulation.
difference between list and set. That's my question.
List allows duplicate, but set does not.
Okay.
In list, we have insertion order,
Mhm.
and in list, we internally use a double link list also. And then we're using list for faster addition and manipulation. Is that right?
List
Instead,
basically allow to store duplicate values. List follow order
and
collection.
instead,
But
yes.
set doesn't allow any duplicate values, and set doesn't follow any order. These are the
No
two
duplicate.
difference. These are the two difference. List contains duplicate. Set contains no duplicate. List can follow order collection, but set doesn't follow any order. I mean, no duplicates. Set, no duplicate, no order collection. List, duplicate, order collections. Very simple to remember. What is the difference between comparable and comparator interface? Difference between comparable and comparator interface.
For comparable, we're using single sorting, and then the comparator, we're using multiple sorting.
Yes. Okay. Comparable interface is basically used for single sorting sequence, and comparator used for multiple sorting sequence. When you implement the comparable interface, then we override compare to method. When you implement comparator, then we override compare method. Right? So comparable interface belongs to java.lang packages, but comparator belongs to java.util packages. But both are used for sorting the collections, sorting the object collections. Okay. What is the difference between array and array list, Rene? Difference between array and array list, Rene, tell me.
Oh, the array list has to do with a collection of objects. It is used for, it is much more useful for developers in comparison to the array. It's let me see again.
Who can answer? Franklin, tell me. Difference between array and array list.
Okay, repeat that one more time. I'm sorry.
Tell me the difference between array and array list.
Array and R lister. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time
Array
understanding
and
you.
array list.
I can answer.
Somebody put it in the chat, please. I'm sorry, I just have a hard time under.
An array and array list.
Okay, thank you. Shit, my notes here.
What we have
Um,
discussed, the difference, what you have discussed before session, we already talked about this difference.
The array list, we have insertion order. In the set, we have no order.
No. My question is not list and set. My question is array versus array list.
Sir, can I tell?
Yes, you can try.
Yeah. Whenever we use the array, so at that time when we are performing the operations with the help of array, so at that time we have to initialize the array. That means we have to specify the length of array. So it's like in array, it's like that means array is like a static, but as compared to the array list, that means there is no need to mention the length of array. So it's kind of a working like a dynamic memory allocation. So then second difference, whenever we are working
Array
with the
list is a dynamic nature. Array
Dynamic,
list is dynamic in nature.
yeah, and the array is a static in nature. So
Yes.
second difference, arrays are faster to search the operation. That means with the help of an index, we can do the operation. So it's arrays are faster. So array list is slower as compared to the array. The third difference, when we are working with an array, so array can store the primitive data types along with the generics data types. That means we works combinedly, we work with the primitive data type as well as the objects. But whenever we are working with the array list, so we just use the concept of generics. That means we cannot work with the primitive data types.
Okay.
And just to kind of double back off Vanita, I was reading my list as well. She's right about that. And there was one more thing I saw was once we create the array, it cannot be changed, but the array list can be changed. The length, I meant. I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay. So today we talk about, and if we'll talk about the hash set, linked hash set, reset class. Let me recap again before we start the map. So hash set, linked hash set, reset, they do have a very common job specification that not allowed any duplicate values. Okay, that's the first one. And second is hash set doesn't follow any order, and linked hash set follow insertion order. And sorry, trees linked hash set, yeah, linked hash set follow insertion order, and tree set follow the naturally sorting order. Okay, so that is how, and what exactly the hierarchy, how it has been implemented, we can see here. So collection set, sorted set, navigable set, and the tree set class finally implement the navigable set. So this is how it works. And this is a linked hash set, how it is going to use, like extending the linked hash set and hash set, which extend the abstract set class. So all are implements set interface. But tree set implements a set, sorted set, and as well as a navigable set. Three. And comes to the map. So map is basically used to store key value patterns, right? So I want to store some values based on the key, right? So each key contains some values. each value is associated with its key. That means if I want to know any values, then I just need only the key. If I want to know the product information, then I just have to know the my product ID. If I want to track my product in the e-commerce application, then I need to know the tracking ID. If I want to know any student information, then I should know only student ID. That's all enough. So each object or each value is associated with its key. Next important, values can be duplicate, but key always unique. Key always unique only. Okay, and there will be only one null key, and there will be only one null key and multiple null values. Means it allowed to store only one null key, but you can store multiple null values. So that's what you can see here, that hash map contains a value based on the key. So each value is associated with its key. Hash map contains only unique key. There are no duplicate keys. Hash map have only one null key, but there could be multiple null values. Hash map is a non-synchronized, so it is faster, and hash map maintains no order. It doesn't follow any order here. Now comes to the linked hash map. So before we talk about hash set, linked hash set, tree set, here we have a hash map, linked hash map, and tree map. Okay, so as we know, hash set doesn't follow any order. Same here also, hash map doesn't follow any order. But come to the linked hash map, you can see linked hash map class is hash table and linked list implementation of the map interface with predictable iteration order. It inherits the hash map class and implement the map interface. So it is extending linked hash map, extend the hash map, linked hash map, extend the hash map. So linked hash map contains value based on the key. Linked hash map contains unique elements only, same like hash map only, there is no difference. Linked hash map may have a one null key and multiple null values, same like hash map. Non-synchronized order maintains insertion order. So the difference is what? Hash map, no order, but linked hash map follow the insertion order. Linked hash map maintain the insertion order. Now come to the tree map. It is same like the tree set here. Means if you can remember how tree hash set, linked hash set, tree set is working, then it's easy for you to remember how hash map, linked hash map, tree map they work. So tree map contains, tree map is a class, is basically a red black tree based implementation. So you have a tree structure. It provides an efficient means in sorting the key value based in the sorted order. Tree map contains value based on the key to implement the navigable map interface and extend the abstract map class. Contains only unique elements. Obviously, that is a unique job. Tree map cannot have a null key, but can have a multiple null values. That means hash map, linked hash map, you can have a null values, but tree map doesn't allow any null values. Why it doesn't allow a null values? I will tell you. Because tree map is going to sorting the value in the form of a key, not the value. So when it is going to sorting the key, then it will not sort if there is any null values. So it is a non-synchronized and it maintains the ascending order. So what we have seen, the difference is hash map no order, linked hash map insertion order, tree map ascending order. We can say like sorting. Now let's go ahead and see some practical code how it is going to work. So we'll go to our Java demo project so far that you work, and we have already list, right? Now let me create a package. Let me create a class inside the map packages. So new class, and the class name that I want to declare is map example. So we can say something called, let's say, hash map. This is my key, and this is my value. This is the object which I created equal to transform. Imported. And now I'm going to use this as map. So far we have used method called add method to adding the elements. But as we know, map is completely different from collection. It is a new collection type, right? So here instead of use add, you are going to use put method. And I'm going to add integer is key and string as a value. So each key value patterns we call as an entry. Okay, so I'm going to add one entry. So one is my key and something I want to add string as a value, which is called, let's say, some product name. Let me add list of entry. So I can see each value is associated with its key. Now I want to get my first product. So let's see what I can do. So key set method returns all the keys that is associated with value. Now I can see all values also. When I say get first product, when I say get of 1, then it's going to return its values that is associated with its key. That means I no need to know the value what it contains. Instead of that, I can just know the ID, each ID or each key is with its value. Now, as we have discussed that hash map contains one null key and multiple null values. Let's try that. So I'm going to say one null key. Now let's see when I'm trying to add two null keys, whether it's going to allow me to get it or not. Can I have a duplicate values? Yes, I can have a duplicate values. No, there is no doubt. Can I have a multiple null keys? Not allowed, only one null keys, right? So that's confirmed, only one null key, but there could be duplicate values. There could be duplicate values. Now we'll see. Okay, I'm going to say something called let's say 10. Say this is the null values, and so this is the can I have a multiple null values? Yes, we can see. We can see here. I can have a multiple null values. Is it follow any insertion order? No, it's not following any insertion order. It is not following any insertion order. Can I have a multiple null values? Yes, I can have a multiple null values. One key null values, 10 key also null values. But it allow only one null key that we have proved already. So one thing is very clear. It doesn't follow any order. It doesn't follow any order. Only one null key and multiple null values. Each key is associated with its value. Value could be duplicate, but key must be unique. Value could be duplicate, key must be unique. Okay, that's practically proof. Now, let me just retrieve all these by using the for each method that has introduced in Java 8 versions. So I'm going to use for, and I'm going to use the map dot entry. Really is not required, not a generic type of. I will say BJ scope resolution operator. As map entry set method. Okay, entry set method returns boolean type. Till values are there, it is going to assign it to the entry, and entry object will be getting all the values. Yes, so I'm going to say E sorry, BJ dot get key and value called dot yeah. Let's run this code. All the keys and I write all the values by using the for each method. I have traversed all the keys and I have traversed all the values. The same thing if I will make it as a linked hash map. You can see all these values is going to follow the insertion order. And here, if you want, you can search also, say which one you want, contains key or contains value. Let's try the contains value. What is the value? Say if it is there, it returns true. If not, false. Searching value AC, yes, it's there, so it returns a true because it is there here. So here we can observe one thing before when the hash map, then it doesn't follow any order, but we can see in the linked hash map, it is follow the same order. The way how I have inserted, you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4 null 10, 1, 2, 3, 4 null and 10. And the first one you can see, which is updated. That means when I'm overriding that same key, then you can see it has been overridden here. See, before it was laptop, but it has updated with a null. So I can see only the null in the output, not the laptop. Now, if I want to use the tree map, then I can see that everything is going to return in the sorting order. So let me just change it into the tree map. Okay, so let's remove which is not used. Remove unused import, remove unused import. Yeah. Hash map. If absent, if this key value is not there, if it is absent, then only you need to add it. 11. If it is absent, then only it has to be added. I'm going to clear. Everything has to be clear. And after that, you cannot see anything because I'm just making the complete clear my all the keys and values. So, null pointer exception. So because as I told you, tree map doesn't allow any null values, right? Let me show you that. Cannot have any null key, but can have a multiple null values. So here I have a null key. That's the reason I got a null pointer exception. So make sure when you are working with the tree map, then you have to remove your null key. Now let's run this code. See here, after that I got it. After that I make my object clear. That's the reason my for each methods, the for each loops is not going to return anything here, because I make that object should be clear. Right, so that is what the clear method, which makes delete everything. And then you can have some alternate method you can use when you're working the tree map, something called, let's say, snap. So we can see here the sequence of order is basically what? 1, 2, 4, 5, 4, 6, 10. That means what? It doing the sorting of your key. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 10. So no matter what order that you will be stored, but finally it's going to be sorting here. So I can just put no matter the sequence that you follow, but by default will do the sorting. Return first entry null, because it comes to the null values here. The first entry is the null here. That is the 1. Submap. Submap means you are going to create another map. So here you need to decide it from which map to which values. So the other one. Okay, let's use that. So from key, I want to get a 3. From include means you want to include that in your submap or not. So it's a Boolean type. I will say true. And from 2 key up to I want to take 10. Let's say 11. Include, you want to include that key as well in your submap. I will say false. False. Okay, so let me print this. What I'm going to do here, I'm just printing a submap. So I'll say and run this code. It's not creating because I make that has map is clear. Right. So let's say put this line in a comment. Yes. So my first entry is 1 laptop and submap is created. I said 3 included true except 11 should be false. Right. So it's created another map where I can see 3 to 10. And let me show you one more as map data. Um, full last entry. This one I want to show you. Tail map. From which key you wanted to get the tail map, means from the backward directions. Head map and tail map. There are two different map you can use in which way you want to get. So from the tail means from the back, I want to see, let's say from 11. You want to include that as well. Okay. Okay, now let's run this code. You can see only one because I have ordered only one. So what I can do here, okay, 5. I can see here 6, 10, 11. I don't have any 5 right here. I don't have a 5. So it starts from the 6. So it takes from 6 to 10, 6 to 11 map. Same you can use hard map also in the reverse order. So let me save this code. It's not getting complete. So what I'm going to do, I'll just copy individual soft 226. And yeah. Along with I'm sharing a link where you can see the number of examples with some problems and some solutions of the collection frameworks. I have shared a link, a reference link, where you can see multiple examples of collections, list, set, and map, some problems along with some solutions. Now, how can I use this map for saying to store the collection of objects? Let's talk about a example. So I have a class, say books. Okay, I'm going to create an entity called books where I can have a something called, say, every books will have their ID. So I will say integer ID. Every book will have a name. Every book will have a prices. Okay, let's take these three properties only. And let me add a constructor here. Right click, go to source, go to constructor using fields. Yes, okay. And now let me introduce my toString method, which represent each collection, each map. Okay, so go to source, generate toStrings. Okay, all right. Now this is my entity is ready. I have a constructor to initialize the values to each object of the books. And I have a toString method which represent each books from the collections. Now I'm going to create another class. This is my main class. I will say books map. Let's create a main method also. Here what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a thing called let me save this. Yeah, I'm going to create a object. So in which way you want to get the value? So my requirement is I want to get all the values in the insertion order. The way how I'm going to keep adding the same order, I want to see this. So I'm going to say linked hash map. Linked hash map. I will say my sequence of order is the one which is the integer. My value is a books, and the object I will create is is equal to linked hash map. Let's import this package. And then I'm going to say obj dot okay. So my sequence order is 101, that is serial number, and the value which I have to add my book ID, which is a 1, book name. 1 second, I will say the constructor, right? You have to use to initialize each object of here. So book ID is a 1, and book name is basically Java books, and the prices is basically say $300. Okay, let me add number of books here. 4 books I want to add. So this is the serial number of my books is 102, serial number 103, and serial number is 104. And the ID of here is say and this is 1 for Python. This is for AWS. This is for say something called this upload, and the prices will be also definitely different. So this is a $200. This is a something $350, and this is something called let's say same $300. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say what exactly you want to do, what exactly you want to see here. So I'm giving an option to the user here that that's your books. by search by serial number, or second one is search by let's say get. Will say enter your branch. So, and class. Okay, now I will say it also. Switch first. I will say one. Then what you have to do? This is one. What you have to do? You have to get all the items, right? Sorry, you have to get only that particular items, right? So which books that I'm going to enter, like the serial number, that only I want to get here, right? So I will say dot get auto. What is my key here? Next ID. Okay, it is going to get only that items, whatever that ID I'm going to give in here, right? So here is going to ask serial number. I will say serial number. C. Integer. Now it is a 2, so we'll do break here. It's not like that, just you do just go through the video session, the recording. It doesn't work for you. Same thing, you need to do practice. Until or unless you are not doing the practice, even you attend many sessions, no useful. So if it is this 2, then what I have to do, I have to get all the items. So it's better I can use any one of the loop statement, right? So I will use the same for each loops that I have used. I will say map. I will take the help of map. So map dot entry, which will get each key values, and so here my key is integer, and my value is I'm going to say obj1 equal to obj dot entry set. I will get each and every part. So I will say so I will say book details. I will say key, serial number, called J1 dot key, I will say books. So is called J1 dot right now. I will say click over here. So let's run this code. Search your books. You want to search by the serial number, or you want to get all the books? I want to get all the books. I got everything, serial number and as well as my books informations, which is returning in the same order what I have inserted, right? Now, if I will say, no, I want to search only one books, which one you want to? It's going to ask me, enter the book serial number that you're looking for. So I'm looking for something, say 104. Okay. It's not going to 20 years. That's the problem. That books which I'm looking for. So let me save this code as well. Go through the links which I have shared with you, do some practice. Tomorrow I'm going to giving you assignment to work on it. Tomorrow I'm going to giving you assignment to work on the collections, and along with whatever we have discussed so far, object-oriented programming, collection frameworks, because collection framework is done. Collection topic has completed today. Tomorrow we'll moving into the next concept. So before we start the new concept, exception handling, I will ask each and every topics questions from object-oriented programming system and as well as the collection frameworks. Around 10 to 15 questions I'm going to ask. I'm informing you one day before itself. Do the practice. Go through this link along with prepare all the material and the concept which we have discussed through the materials. Any questions?
The only thing I just want to really ask if you can help us out is if the video can be available quickly. When it's available quickly.
By end of the session, sir.
I'm sorry?
All videos are available by end of the sessions, because every videos need to be converted into the video file format, from the Zoom video to convert it into video file format. So it's taking time to convert it, and once it is converted, then immediately I'm going to upload it into the portal. So if today's sessions you could able to see tomorrow morning or maybe in the night.
That's not good.
Any other questions?
I have a question. From last this
Every
example,
recorded session you can see probably tomorrow morning or in the same day night. That's only possible. All right.
I have a question.
Yeah, tell me.
What is the difference between tail map and sub map from the example?
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Tail map and sub map from the example.
Sub mapping is creating another map, and tail mapping is getting from the backward directions. We have a head map, we have a tail map, we have a sub map. Sub map means we are creating another separate map. But tail map is something which is going to get the value, key and values from your backward directions. And head map, if I will use, then I can get the values from the forward directions, from the top to which, up to which levels that I can decided. I have a 50 employees are working. I have a 20 products. I have a 20 products. I want to create a map. I want to create a new map where I can see only 10 to 20 items. 10 to 20 items, or let's say 10 to 15 items. But in the tail map, which is going to get from the backward directions, means I want to see the items. I want to see the items from the, last entry, whatever the last entry I have in there, last 5 entry product that I want to see, which is called your tail map. Head map is something where I can see what are the first 6 product I have entered. I want to see that. That is called head map. So head map allows to see the number of entries which you have entered in the top, and tail map is for the your latest, and sub map is something your new map where you can have only list of items that you want to see. This is another new map you have created just for your requirement.
Thank you.
All right, see you tomorrow. Bye.
Hello, sir.
Tell me.
Yes, I was wondering how much longer is there left in the class?
Still you are in the core Java only. So after the core Java, we'll discuss advanced Java part and many more things we need to see.
So you would
for
say
my
about,
calculation, it will take around 1 more month.
okay, okay. All right, thank you.